Hey guys, it's Fernando, and today I want to cover the personal website. This is absolutely mandatory for you to do. It's a cornerstone of marketing for jobs because by giving somebody a URL, they can learn more about you. They can learn more about the type of work you do. They could see that you've been continuously working. They can talk about your personality, your style choice. It's super powerful. I'll give you a story just to start. After I started. After I had my portfolio and I had started working at Discovery, uh, so it was like my first big job as a data scientist. I, uh, I was looking for apartments in New York, in Brooklyn, and I would just, go to Craigslist and then just send an email saying, hey, people want to know who they're inviting in their house, so I would say, hey, I'm interested. Here's my website. All right. So one of these people messaged me back, and they said, you know what? The place has been filled, but I really liked your website, and I sent your website to my boss, and my boss really liked it, and he would actually want to talk to you about an interview for a job. I met with the boss. He actually wanted me to work there. He was like offer me a job, pretty close to, but I discontinued because I just started working. But you could see how powerful the website could be. I didn't have to do anything. The website already is communicating for me my projects, the skills I have, who I am, and my personality. Right? You do the work once, and then you just send it out, and you're getting all the benefits. That's the magic of having it online. Okay, so I want to cover a couple things. First is the aesthetics. It has to be really visually pleasing. Some websites out there are very hard to read. This is very simple. That's one. The second one is that it's also easy to access, right? So the about page, if I go here, it's very I can go to the about page, the data work, the blog, depending on whoever wants to come here. Maybe they want to read my blog. It's very easy to access. If it's a data science manager, they could just click here. If they want to learn about me, they click the about page. And the last part is that it shows what I think is the three most important things to show for a new data scientist. One is the about page. Have a part of the website talk about you. Maybe something personal, like what you like, but also show your accomplishments, right? You could say, I'm a data scientist for 2 years. I'm the creator of your machine learning app, right? So that's the about page. The second one is data work. This is where you talk about the projects you've done, the business problems that you're solving, and a link to the GitHub where it has the code, right? That's the whole point. That's the main point of the website, showing your skills. And the last part is having connections to your LinkedIn, your email, or your GitHub, and additionally your resume. So those are the three things that you should have. Everything else adds to your personality. I have approach, events that I did, or my blog. It actually shows that I actually do more work, and these are things I enjoy, so it lets people know more about me. So let's start with the about page. So the about page is going to give a description about me. And aside from a resume that just gives you just straightforward, everything's the same. Here you could talk about your personality. You can add a picture, which you never do in your resume. Here I could talk about being interested in being a student forever, constantly learning, not thinking I've just reached some point that I know everything. Changing economic landscape, deep work. Here's my LinkedIn, here's my resume. This adds to my personality. People can learn about me. You can add a picture. And I just add this for fun. I think it adds more to the personality. This is not necessary. I copied this from, I forget, it was some entrepreneur. And what he does is just say what he's doing every day. I haven't updated this recently, but people still visit my page. I could see it, and some people email me just from my website. Okay, so this is the about page. The data work. This is so important. This is it. So if data science managers want to learn about your skills, they're going to click on the data work tab, or however you organize it. And, they could easily navigate. They want to see data tools, business insights, and data journalism. Notice that I put business insights in the middle because that's the most important thing that they're interested in. They're a company and they want to solve a business problem. So there's the business insights. So I click on that and see how it's organized. It gives, in this problem, reducing employee churn, I talk about the problem. So retaining the best talent is essential. And I want to solve this. So I use some data. And here are the findings. It doesn't go in depth. It's very high level, and then it includes a visual. But it's giving the person who came to the website an idea of what problem I'm trying to solve. I'm business oriented, not just technical. And there's 3 projects here. And if you click on the notebook, this is where you connect it to GitHub. And now they could see your code, right? For the technical folks out there, maybe the people looking at the person that looked at your website, they're not technical, but then they send it to a technical person, maybe the data scientist you're going to work with. He comes here, he looks at the notebook, and he looks at your code. So now, very easily in 3 clicks, you've ended up in GitHub and looking at your code. So, you could do a tab for business insights, for data tools, a link to your app, and data journalism, just some visualizations. The third part is having this visible in the about page, having it linked to your resume. Someone could easily, having your resume, your GitHub, all easily available. So here it's the LinkedIn. If I just click this, it's going to go straight into my LinkedIn. And if I put here, it's going to go into my resume. Right? This is actually my resume when I was applying for jobs. So you can actually see it in my website. In the course, I've actually saved this format so you can edit it and change it into however you want. All right, so those are the 3 things. And now I want to go through a couple examples about how some other people have done it successfully. So look, this is a professor, a consultant. A website is so important. It saves time. So you can see it's very visually appealing. It tells you what he does. Has an about me page, has my works, and a way to contact him. That probably has his email, his resume, and so forth. So let's look at his about me. Very easy to see. Law school, like a little brief description, a picture, right? You really add a picture here, adds personality. Then you can go to his works and look, oh wow, a journey exploring Spark, Divi Vikes, food inspection app. He has apps. This is a professor, by the way, and he still sees the power of resumes, of websites. Actually, I think websites are taking a little bit of the resume importance because it's so much more visual and it shows that you're doing extra work. And look, he has his Twitter here, right? He has his Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, all these, and look how easily accessible, and it's very appealing. Let's look at one more. So here he's a data scientist, big data specialist. He has this little about page. I want to show this because it's a different formatting. He has a way to keep in touch. So now they can go to his LinkedIn to see. You're driving people to your other marketing channels and letting them get to know more about you. And then, so he has the about, he has the way to keep in touch. And then he also has a way to see his business skills and his technical ability. So here he talks about problems that Netflix does, metrics that he's interested in. You see, he's showing that he has skills. It's undeniable. He put in this much work. He talks about it. I would suggest having a GitHub and a couple projects is more important than this. It looks like he has more experience, so he's not starting from zero. If you're new, you need to show clearly that you have the skills. Maybe he doesn't that much, and maybe because of the places he works and so forth. And I want to give you, the next example is a good website. I want to give you this example because it's a good website for the person creating it. This person is highly skilled, has a PhD in statistics from, I think it's like Princeton, as a chief data scientist. Okay. You're going to see it's a great website for him, but it's not a great website for someone starting out. Let's go. And it's David Robinson. He has an about page here. He's a chief data scientist at DataCamp, works in R and Python. Here's a way to see his other marketing channels. But look at the projects he has. These are all written, right? These are all essays. Actually, these would be pretty good for somebody starting out, but it's very text heavy. If someone's starting out, it's not very visual. He doesn't have to be very visual because just by reading this, right? This is a huge credibility trigger. Chief data scientist at DataCamp. People are just going to want to read this automatically. If you don't have those credibility triggers, then they're less likely to read this. So you have to create more visual for this, more examples, more code to show that you have the skills. So this website's good for him, but not for everybody else. So that's an overall look about websites. Again, you can add events, other stuff that you find interesting to add more character. But I really want to focus on the aesthetics, the accessibility of the page, having an about me, having a work page to show your skills. That's so important. And then having links to your resume, LinkedIn, GitHub, so forth. And that's it. You could use Squarespace, Wix. I use Squarespace. Whatever's going to make it more visually appealing. You can take the free options, but I really encourage you to take the paid options because and have your own URL. They all have their own URLs, all the examples. See this as an investment. All right, guys, that's an overall look at websites, and I can't wait to see yours.